Meh. I only got like 2 chests left. I did a really good job exploring this area. I don't know where the last chest is though. Oh, there it is. Up. No!
Blaze over.
I haven't played Genshin in a hot minute, man. You know what common you're gonna max out?
Yeah, the next one's gonna be Bomber. I think
Let's
Bomber
go! I got the
Alright.
fish.
Time to do trophies. Not trophies. Time to do tournament. I'm 3-1 right now.
In tourney. I had to throw a match because my phone died.
You suck.
That's not even my fault. You
suck.
I was running Hut Furnace.
Time to act.
Isn't that the best deck? Hut Furnace?
If you're a virgin.
Hey man, there was a guy I versed the other day with Hut Furnace, Rocket, Log, Mirror. I don't want to hear it.
Don't spectate me.
I won't. Alright.
Dude, this guy runs Tesla, dude.
Oh yeah, I also ran Tesla. That's was funny.
Piggies! I got Pekka. Bang! No! It doesn't one-shot it. If they live at 1 HP. Oh, watch, he's gonna scar me. Oh, I had Zap, you idiot. Oh, Mega Knight on top of Pekka. I don't know if that's the play.
I should record some Clash Royale again, but I don't know. Clash Royale's kind of dead. I feel like.
Fine, then there's some Brawl Stars YouTubers then.
Yeah, but Brawl Stars is meh. Brawl Stars is meh.
My god, RG, you're so dumb. Oh, but the battle ram connected?
You're playing RG Battle Ram?
Yeah.
Why?
Best deck.
One man's stone is another man's gem.
No!
Let's go in, Pekka. Yes.
The loot was running from me. Oi, phone. Phone.
Oh, what a cute treasure
Bro, what the?
coffin.
I hate this game so much.
For the Moonlit charms, do you get to use them for anything?
Nope.
Really?
Yep.
But if you talk to the NPC, it's like, oh, you get to turn them in at the end of the event for some rewards, but
I don't know.
you actually don't use it for anything.
Yes.
Wow. That's kind of lame.
So much damage.
What if it like opens up a shop after the event ends or something? Or there's just like a secret shop that we don't know about. And then it expires and then we know about it. I'm gonna be angry, dude.
Unsolicited.
But the more valuable. Whenever Futao opens a chest, she's like, what a cute treasure. Coffin. Are you gonna roll for Futao rerun, or are you going to roll for Ganyu?
If we bury it, maybe it'll spring back to life.
Wait,
You even got tied up by Mega Knight's bridge spam. Ugh, that's annoying. You're not good. Rematch, bitch. Kill yourself.
run it back.
Kill your family.
Tournament standard. Run it
It is
back.
tournament standard.
Time to go. Oh, what a cute
I don't get why
treasure
Pekka doesn't
coffin.
one-shot piggies. It should.
That guy doesn't one-shot Piggy?
No, it doesn't. They live on 1 HP.
That's kind of gross.
With the wind.
And I lost because of it. 'Cause I
Piggy's
suffered one-shot.
best card.
I will have
Piggy's
order.
best card right now. Unless they have Skarmory,
Favorites.
then you lose.
Until you versus Mega Knight.
Unsolicited. And all the more valuable for it.
Should have had Mega Knight.
So, my bad. Next time I'll be Mid-Outer Madness.
Yeah.
Yo, Bandit connects? Does Poison kill Wizard?
Oh,
it does.
They should, yeah, because Fireball makes it live with one. Poison, second best card?
Rocket third best card?
Are we just going to name every spell as the best card?
And spells are pretty good, man.
Those are pretty good. But there is also a
Ram
top
Rider.
200 player
What is
that
400
doesn't use
amateur
spells.
charge?
Only?
Well, it's level 9.
Hmm. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, ba, ba,
I don't know how good of a
ba.
play that was. Putting Mega Knight on top of, Pekka.
Your phone just say kill.
Why?
Did you just say kill?
Do you mean you?
I thought you said kill for a second.
He wants to kill you.
Me. What's in it for him?
Money.
Who's
Power.
paying him?
I am.
You're paying him to kill me.
I didn't say that.
Oh, what a cute treasure coffin. Huh?
Me when the geometry is simple.
What the heck is this? Boom. He's like above me. So have you finished all the event?
Why?
Have you finished all of the event?
Did what?
Did you finish all of the event?
Yes.
Is the second act of the quest long or no?
Not really.
Not really. 5 hours.
Not, yeah.
See when that bandit connects. Alright, 4-2. Ugh. I'm ready to do so much shit. I wanted to play Lumberloon, and the first game I versus freaking Muskie, fucking Hog 2.6. I'm like, okay, I'm not playing this deck anymore.
Yeah, I versed Hog 2.6 as well. I got really annoyed, so then I put in Brawler.
Oh, what a cute treasure coffin.
I wonder what Ganyu says when she opens the chest.
Oh, I lost.
You kind of
Getting
suck.
skinned, man. This guy has like all the wizards. This guy's legit playing mid ladder, but he has skins.
We're way behind schedule.
I don't know what deck this is. I think this is like P.E.K.K.A cycle or something. I don't know.
I like the
freaking
sound
name.
of that.
Well, I don't have an out to P.E.K.K.A.
Then get one.
Listen, man, not every deck is perfect, okay?
Next on the agenda, perhaps whoever left these behind was also fulfilling a contract.
I'm so happy. I got a bow prototype. It's been like over a month since I got any prototypes.
We're way behind schedule.
Okay, we're bringing it back, boys. Alright, so he basically took tower, like first push. I took his tower now. And I has RG P.E.K.K.A.
You sound
Okay,
like you're
I was
having
right.
fun.
This guy is mid ladder menace, but this isn't mid ladder. So
Solidify.
mid ladder menace is you.
I was mid-ladder menace during the
You are
tournament.
mid ladder menace.
Perhaps
I still
whoever-
am, yeah. You're right. How'd you know?
Yo, P.E.K.K.A gets 2 hits on King Tower? Well, that King Tower is kind of low. Any RG easy up. I don't know. I might just die here because he might get my second tower if I get as far as get a King Tower.
See a chest down there. I'm gonna go nab it. No. Phone. Do you want Ganyu or do you want Hu Tao?
Jackpots.
I
What the
lost.
fuck is Hu Tao?
Do you want Hu Tao or do you want Ganyu?
Who is Hu Tao?
Who is Tao?
Yeah, who's Tao? Who's
And
Hu?
RG P.E.K.K.A mini P.E.K.K.A, dude. What is this mid ladder menace, dude?
If we bury it,
Thanga, I
maybe
need
it'll
chest.
spring back to life. Go!
Go.
Luz. I am demanding.
This season we got scammed for Clash Royale. Not only did they make the season shorter, they also didn't give us our Book of Epics.
Cry about it.
Maybe I will. Maybe they're just preparing for Slash Royale.
Yeah, dude, Slash Royale's gonna be hyped, dude.
And then you find out that it's fake, and you just saved your gold for nothing.
I mean, I'm nothing level up right now.
I'm at 60k out of 80k for level 13.
I'm like 28k. Man, I should be like around 50.
I'm just gonna level up all my like low
If
level
we bury
cards.
it, maybe it'll
Yeah,
spring back to
same.
life.
All those low cards in Clash Royale. Dude, I'm getting so many donations though. Like, I think my donation. What are your donations?
I don't know. I'm not on right
For
now.
9k.
Good check.
I'm like 42k. I'm catching up to you.
Well, I haven't played for like years, man, and I only got that
I
this
played for
year.
years too. Last time I played, 4,000 was the trophy gate. And then you needed 5. I got to 5,000 when 4,000 was like the minimum.
Yeah.
Now 5,000 is like the minimum. Uh-oh. Skin baby
Yeah, I don't
dragon.
like that. We get less rewards from the season reset.
What? Who does that? Free him at the bridge. I didn't have elixir for the what's his name?
Mega
An
Knight.
Expo on defense. Minion
Well,
horde.
you kind of suck.
No, who runs a minion horde? Expo and 3M in the same deck with rage.
Me, I do that.
Okay, so he did that because I did RG in the back. So if I do RG in the back, I can probably bait it out. Battle Ram? What kind of shitty deck this is?
You're having fun.
I mean, RG connected, and he's getting like 10 shots. And also, he put all his free M on one side. And he's put an EXO on my side of the bridge, bro. What kind of DM is this? Thankfully, I have these guys are working on not playing the arrows variant of
One
Expo.
man's stone
Expo,
is another man's gem.
RG. Bro, who plays like this?
I do.
Thanga.
I am the one that plays RG Expo. That way, if I run into the mirror match, I win. It is I who runs 3 Musketeer Minion Horde.
Play your free M, kid. Play it. Play it again. See what happens. Come on. You scared to play it? There it is. All one side of bridge like always. I find it funny how it doesn't. How free M doesn't even hard counter RG. You think it would. It's maxed too. I just realized that. It's a maxed free M.
You're playing ladder?
No, this is war.
Oh, you just see the skins?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, he's level 13.
3M players after seeing Mega Knight.
Yeah, that was an easy game. After that first push, he kind of ran out of steam, and I had Mega Knight in hand for the rest of them.
Whoa. We kept relying on the gimmick.
Well, he didn't split his 3M. He didn't split it.
Okay.
But I could have Mega Knighting for value, and he had Battle Ram, so I just put Fisherman on that. All right, next match. We'll play E-Bar Cycle.
I like the sound
Oh
of
no,
that.
he's recruits! The one counter! Yeah, I'm swiping the app. That can't do anything about this.
You're
He's got
swiping.
recruits!
You're swiping.
He's got recruits! What do you want me to do against recruits?
Win.
So recruits hard counter E-Barbs.
Then don't get hard countered. And win.
Don't tell me not to get hard counter when you play Furnace.
Furnace Tesla.
You're the definition of being hard countered.
Only against Earthquake.
That's what a hard counter means.
Solidify.
I auto win against Logbait.
What if you don't?
I do. Even the Mega Knight variant of it too.
Held your Steam account. Is your Steam account legal?
What do you mean, is my Steam account legal? Are you asking like if my Steam account's over 18 years old?
Yeah.
No. I don't have a
You
legacy
suck.
account.
You don't have an account for when you buy Half-Life 2 and back in 2001?
No, I don't.
You suck. Packed at the bridge, bruh.
And you're telling me you have a legacy account?
No, I wasn't born.
Exactly. Why are you roasting me then?
Because I can't?
Fair.
X versus fucking P.E.K.K.A. This is gonna be a fun matchup. And Balloon! Oh yeah, I lost. Ice
Please,
Wizard, you are fired.
please bring in the double artifact. I want them to have an event where they give you double the artifacts. I want that. Uh-oh. Ganyu is sharing balance. I love Ganyu. Bro. He got stuck on the fence. Let's go. Chip. No. Yeah. Watch how that do no damage to it.
Stabilize. I will have order.
Okay. It wants to fly over instead of break it. Fair enough. Froggy! Come here. Yeah. I play the most balanced characters, bro. I have a team with Hu Tao, Shinkyu, Ganyu, and Dongwei.
Stabilize.
Fair and
Access
balanced.
denied.
Can they buff Expo, please?
Buff Expo, you said?
Yes.
No, Expo's annoying to play again.
And so is Bucket Bird Spam.
True.
So is RG at the bridge. So is Wizard.
Just run lightning.
I should have to run one card counter on every card. That's bad game design.
We're way behind schedule.
This post was sponsored by Furnace Gaming.
They should. They should make sure that Wizard dies to Fireball.
Then no one would run Wizard.
Good! You act like that's a bad thing.
Well, if no one runs it, they're just going to buff it again, and then the cycle continues.
Well, no. How many people run Giant Skeleton? Have they buffed that card?
Well, it's used heavily in the lower arenas, I suppose.
Ooh, lower level arenas where people still think that, freaking, Merriment. Wow, Geometry Man. Tell you, man, Geometry Man's a win con.
Is he though? Is he really?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Geometry with Rammer, dude. You have Rammer just to put in place. And you have Geometry Man to just, be a virgin.
Hey, yeah.
Fuck your Geometry Man, kill himself.
Fuck.
We're way behind schedule. Born of ice and frost.
No! The burning grass! It's gonna cuck me! Oh my god. No, get out of here.
That charge, you would have seen the fastest swipe.
Fuck! No. It's hard to maintain.
No touching.
I lost. Fuck you, Prince. You're so dumb. Why are you going the other way?
Hello, fishy.
Dumbass Prince. What the fuck are you doing?
Hello.
Retard looking ass. Head looking ass. I hope you commit suicide.
Yo,
Yeah,
I recently got adventuring 45, so I can finally get like do artifact runs, which is pretty cool.
nice.
And I saved up all my fragile resin since I started playing the game. So as soon as I had adventuring 45, I had 64 fragile resin.
Are you pleased with yourself?
Yeah, now the grind starts.
And I think I've got some okay gold artifacts. I don't know. I'll show you them. You can tell me if they're
Yeah, sure.
there.
I'm actually playing Genshin right now. I'm doing the event for the action.
Hey, he's also a pedophile.
Sure.
Yeah,
You're
clip
clipping
it,
that.
chat, clip it.
You're
Just edit
clipping
it.
that.
Clip it.
No. Caught in 4K.
It's not 4K, it's 8K actually.
8K?
Good
Dang.
It's about Tang. It's after my NDA with Pillowar, I gotta go to a new target. Saj,
That's unfortunate.
Saj, when you sign an NDA to not get sued. What do you mean I can make more Pillowar videos?
Oh, bitch.
Okay.
I just had
Alright, so
I just had my
I
new
got
Wi-Fi
this.
installed. Great. That's pretty
This
good.
oh yeah,
That one's
this one's good.
godlike. That one's godlike. Yeah, might want to look.
This one's pretty good, I guess. It could be better.
That one's really good.
This one's pretty good.
Yeah, good artifact look. Yeah, my man has fairly good artifact luck. Bone joins the stream, he's gonna start molding.
Yeah.
Bone, don't look at the
I got
stream,
another
I'm gonna mold.
Why? Why?
You're going to start molding
More than what?
because of his artifact luck.
Fuck. Average. Okay. Okay, not bad.
Like, show him the crit rate one, the second one.
That one.
And the thing is, I still have 54 fragile resin to spend still.
Bitch, you know what?
I have a lot of...
He's about to fight you, dude.
Stabilize. This is order.
Witness the power of Gugwa. Know my sword.
No, I'm being perma-frozen because I'm in Dragon Spine.
Start crying about it.
Higher, hands on fire.
But my, I've been... You know, like, on the craft thing, you can put them into the noblesse? Yeah.
Yeah, you can convert the artifacts.
Yeah, I've been doing that. My luck on that one has been very good. Like, I put a lot of artifacts into it and I haven't got any.
I have the world's worst noblest luck, but when it comes to wanderer's luck, I have probably the best. I have like
I
two
almost have
sets that
pink.
are completely usable.
Do you think I should roll compute out? Or should I just wait for Garden?
Either one, they're both top tiers. It just depends on what element you want. And whether or not you want to play an archer or you want to play a melee.
I don't know. I swear the new Inazuma enemy ignores shield, so that's gonna be a pain to tell, right?
No, Hu Tao goes straight through it. Hu Tao goes straight through the shield. Ganyu, it gets blocked for Ganyu.
No, ignores your shield.
Oh. Yeah.
For Rex Lapis. Access denied.
Order guide you.
At least that's what I heard.
It does poison damage. It was on the live stream.
Rain outlines her fate. This isn't good.
Like the wolf looking thing, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. It does poison damage, it goes through your shield, and it can kill your characters even if they're not on field.
Born of ice and
I don't
frost.
know if it would be worth me getting kicked out because I don't like young Ling.
You don't like to play life on the edge with Hu Tao?
Well, I don't know. Maybe if I use Toma when he comes out, he might be viable.
What the heck? Okay. I am going to roll for Hu Tao as I have the Homa. I don't have ammos.
I don't have any.
I probably have enough Primal Gems to roll on both of them and then get like another
I mean,
constellation.
considering I still have a bunch of Inazuma to explore, like I barely have explored it. I have like 20% more of them, 8% and stuff. I probably can afford to roll both of them if I don't have to go to prison.
Direct assault.
How much Primal Gems are you at right now?
I'm at 10k almost.
2k?
I will
Huh?
have order.
2k or 20k?
10k.
10k. Dang.
Yeah.
Rich man. Rich man over here. I'm at 22k and I have 19 base.
This is order.
Damn.
Yeah, I've been saving up a bit. I haven't rolled since the Raiden banner.
Yeah, me neither.
I got her
I mean, I
because
did spend like a K. I spent a K on the standard because I was like so close.
I had like
5 star. I had to go to the pity.
I already had like
GG.
50 something pity, so then I only had to roll like 20 times to get Raiden.
Oh yeah, I only had to roll like, I think I did like two combos.
I had the guaranteed too, so that was something.
Blaze over.
I have no idea what I'm looking for.
Gather.
No, my sword. Witness the power. No touching.
Well, this is confusing. Ah, there it is.
KFC wings when. Switch.
I need to get with the Crimson Agate. I still haven't got them all.
Oh, the Crimson Agate.
Yeah.
It's kind of annoying because you just freeze in Dragon's Spine.
Yeah. I just used the one that stops the sheer cold effect. Like, there's a stop, it slows it down.
The food?
Huh?
The food? I didn't care enough to use the food. I just used the healer to out heal the damage.
Yo, does anyone know how to do
is
this? I have
Alan.
no idea what this is.
Thank you, Gustavo. Very cool. Does 50k per charged attack. Very balanced.
it has like just these characters on the wall, and I can step on the place, but I don't know what it actually wants me to do.
Probably a guide for it. I'm not sure. I haven't explored all of Inazuma either.
And this is in Dragonfly.
Oh, dragons. Yeah, then there's definitely a guide for it. You should ask the man that 100%ed
Oh, I think I
Dragon's
did it. I
Spine.
did it. I did it.
With the wind.
100% is.
Yeah. Someone in Sans means 100%ed Dragon's Spine. There's actually
Well,
two
I
people,
thought-
but you know, they need to touch some grass.
I've just got 79%. Yeah, one with my friend Plunge Bear, he's 100% of it.
They need to touch some
80
grass.
Dragon's Spine.
Access denied. This is long overdue.
I don't think I have anywhere 100%.
You have a few places. I used to play a lot. Now it's just like I don't even do my ore anymore because I have like four and a half.
I don't really. I don't farm anything.
Rain outlines your
Happy.
Why are you playing Genshin for 10 hours? I'm like,
Hey, don't bully the man.
Hey, you've been playing for 10 hours. Dude. I've been playing for 10 minutes.
Who's been playing for 10 hours?
oh, 10 minutes? I thought it was 2 hours.
access denied.
Yeah, you thought he didn't sleep or
Oh,
something?
actually, look at these artifacts, dude. Look at this one. Look at that.
Oh, that's good, of course.
Yeah, he's flexing on you really hard.
That sucks. That sucks. That.
Yeah, but actually, guess how much fragile resin
Oh,
I've
and
got to
please
spend on
mute
artifacts?
yourself.
How much? Like 2.
Bên sáng thì có ăn một cái bánh nhỏ nhỏ nữa rồi.
I'm
Cô
muting
tưởng rồi
phone.
chứ nhờ.
I'm muting
I've got
phone.
54.
Just
I'm
get
eating Boo as well.
get cold to me right now.
No, I'm not getting. I don't want. Shut up.
In 2.2, there's gonna be monsters. Shut the fuck up! Boo!
Just meet Boo.
Oh my fucking! I muted. So, in 2.2,
I
there's
turned
gonna
him
be,
down
like,
to 20% and I can still hear him.
Be with Boo speaking in chanting table.
There are gonna be new mobs, fish, that like fuck your HP up in the 2.2. So you're gonna get
Wait,
fucked.
what about HP?
That's why
I got
people
it.
were rolling for Kokomi in the first place.
Yeah,
'cause
get Kokomi.
I don't
Or-
want Kokomi.
But the new wolves are gonna fuck you up.
What do
Dude,
you mean?
Hutown mains are crying right now. Well, they're either popping off or they're crying. They're popping off because they could do more damage.
I'll just get Toma.
You're rolling for Hutown?
Of course he's running for Kutao. He's fucking simp.
Hutown's Megaman.
Yeah.
Rain outlines your fate. Huh?
And Ganyu's just hot, I guess.
Let me weave
The amount of R34 of Ganyu everywhere.
time to go.
Boom. Ooh, I just hit 147k with Hutao ult.
Stabilize.
No touching. No, my sword. Rain coming.
I had God artifact luck yesterday. I leveled up 3 artifacts and 2 of them were perfect.
Solidify.
Like, they either all went to crit damage, crit rate, or attack percent. That's all of them. Yeah, baby. Oh, I got a crown. Okay, have you finished the event at all?
He left.
Oh.
I banned Octo the server. I banned them. For the admin you gave me.
Is phone still screaming?
I haven't muted.
I haven't muted.
We all have them muted.
Alright, who wants to be the sacrifice for Boo?
Me.
Why would you?
Alright, he's fine. He's fine.
He's not screaming anymore.
He's not taking enchant table.
He does that
He's not
sometimes.
speaking
He doesn't
Chinese.
mute himself and then he just starts screaming.
Me when Vu starts speaking fucking Russian enchanting table at the same time.
Oh, what a cute treasure coffin.
Imagine not having the IRL Staff of Homo.
Born of ice and frost.
I am a true Hu Tao enjoyer.
Beautiful treasures are a cause for great happiness.
The average
No,
Ganyu
this
Sim.
challenge is so hard.
The average Ganyu Sim versus the average Hu Tao enjoyer. Ganyu is probably more broken than Hu Tao. Hu Tao has more DPS if you have stamina.
Next
Otherwise,
on the agenda,
you probably just want to go Ganyu. Unless you're me, then you put both of them in the same party. That way, once you run out of stamina, you can switch to the archer.
next on the agenda,
Yeah.
we're way behind.
Genshin music is something else. Like for all the region. Eh.
Next on the
Oh, I didn't crit! This game sucks!
Oh, what a cute treasure coffin.
It was gonna be so sick. I was gonna kill him with the skydive. Oh.
Challenge failed. I can't do. You know the event with the teapot challenge, yeah, where you have to like heat them up.
Yeah,
The last one of that on Dragon's Prime pretty hard.
I haven't done the Dragon Spine one. But you can
Yeah,
just
free
use a
primer.
fire character to heat up the thing.
Wait. Okay, that makes sense.
You can also use a
That makes
cryo
sense.
and water character to
Unsolicited.
make it not burn.
That makes
More
things
valuable
easier.
Yeah, I didn't find out about that until like later in the event too. I was like, why is this shit so hard? Compared to everything else we've done, why is this so hard? That's
Yeah,
why
I've done
you
it like
gotta
5
read
times in
the.
a row and failed every time.
That's why you gotta read the instructions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what is that?
Did you know that there was a time when I joined PC and said,
Is he gone? Oh, he's back.
He's back.
"Bang said what's up back." That was the best period. The bang, what's up?
Ooh, I'm doing okay.
Oh,
I just got my new Wi-Fi, so I'm chilling. Yeah.
I got 20 Primus for my fan art. Fucking crazy.
20 Primo Gems? Oh, he's
No, 20
rich.
Primus. I meant when I say Primus, I don't mean Primo gems. I mean like Primo Bishops.
Are you planning to quit as well, Aki? Or are
Who
you
is
just like
planning?
Bone? Bone is saying he wants to quit, but he hasn't quit
and all
yet.
the more valuable for
Wait, what?
I mean,
Support. I said I'm going to quit after I finish with the what the Rocket Moon. Since I spent money on it, I'm going to get the full money of it. I mean, wasting money, even a cent on that.
Yeah, he's
Wait,
a
did
part
someone
of the. He's a
did
part
someone
of
get
the.
well?
No, I didn't even participate.
Why the
Oh wait,
fuck
I
didn't-
participated in it, yeah, but I didn't get the
It
more
should be in
thing.
your mail.
I know, I've checked.
Oh,
How much more is it?
it's
100K.
100K or a blessing of the welcome.
Yeah, I haven't got any 100Ks.
Then
Wow.
But I
you got
did
blessing.
participate in it.
Then you got the blessing.
Did I?
No,
No, you didn't.
it's either one or the other. You can't have none.
I definitely participated in it because I clicked
and
on the
all
thing
the
on the
more
notes.
valuable for it.
Oh, river.
That's odd. I don't know. How am I missing like these obvious ass chests in Dragon Spine? What the heck? Is Zaki gone again? I think he is.
Man,
going
this
to?
man doesn't have good Wi-Fi. I can tell you that. This Aki guy doesn't have Wi-Fi.
I can't bully him because I was in his position, like literally not even like an hour
I
ago.
can bully him.
Now I can bully him, but like still.
Ew, make fun of him because his parents are broke, or they're assholes, or they don't care, or they have physical jobs.
Or they just don't want him to be addicted.
Access denied.
I mean that performing cross.
Rain outlines your fate.
They kind of suck at it. Then they suck.
Dang, Utah just hit 17.5k with her normal attack. Not even charged attack. Where'd he go? He hid behind the tent. That almost baited me. Is that phone laughing?
Yes.
Bro, you're so weird. Man's just always in VC reading manga, and he doesn't really talk to us, but whenever we're not in VC, he gets angry.
What the fuck? What do you mean? You haven't been on for like a whole 3 days, and did I say any word? No, it's fuck son of a bitch.
No, but when I get back, you say something. You're like, I've been
Yeah,
waiting
I'll say
here for
something.
so and so hours.
I've
Where have you
waiting here
been?
for so and so. Yes, I tell you the time because I have a timer mod. I've been in the
Why
VC
do you
for 2
have a
hours and 1
timer?
minute and 4 seconds.
Why do you have a timer?
I don't know.
Why
Pretty
you have
funny.
a
Oh, I go outside. I touch grass, man. I touch grass.
I think that's a lie.
No, it's true.
What do you do then?
I just told you I touch grass.
Let me
That's
read you a
grass.
verse. Rain outlines
Yeah,
your fate.
I touch the grass.
I have a hard time believing that.
Wanna go outside right now and find out? I will touch the grass.
If we bury it, maybe it'll spring back to life. Go!
Mhm. I miss the Golden Archipelago. I'm so sad.
Hello?
Yo, he's hot miking.
Who?
You.
Me? Wait, what?
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
you were hot
I
miking.
Hot what?
Hot miking.
What's that mean?
Ear raping, basically.
I was? I wasn't here.
Yeah, when you like picked up your headset or something, you made like a really loud noise.
Probably because I was breathing like that.
Oh, never
Okay.
touch there.
Yeah, Twitch streamers breathing
USC
into his
Bolt.
mic.
USC Bolt.ttv. He is. Okay, I don't feel like it's running a virgin build. Fuck you. Fuck yourself.
I haven't done Spiral Abyss in ages.
Let's see if this guy's
You're
live.
missing out on free
I-
Can you
primo.
guys help me make a team? I don't know what team to use.
Sure.
I need 2 teams now.
Oh,
I
I don't know.
36-star Spiral, so I kinda know what
Oh,
I'm
he's
doing.
alive. Kill yourself. Oh, he plays Overwatch. Ugh. You'd be suppressed.
Overwatch these nuts in your mouth.
Do you know what Overwatch is?
I do.
Do you?
Who doesn't?
You.
Me? I don't know what Overwatch is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's that one game where the whole community just like hates each other depending on
Yo,
like what
who shall I
characters
put with
they put.
Kaching? Should I put Raiden with Kaching?
Raiden and Kaching double extra. Well, what DPSs do you have?
Well, you can see me, you can see her. I don't know.
Well, I don't know
I
which
don't know.
of the characters you have built, so it doesn't really help much.
I don't really have other characters. I have
Okay.
Shinkyu, Shangling, Bennett.
Me when the big chunk
I
is
have like a really bad Sucrose. I need to
Maybe.
upgrade it.
Me when I get
Osmanthus
Okay.
wine tastes the same as
So
I
second team, I'd say
But where are
Bennett
those
with
who share the memory?
Shangling, because those two are like always good
Yeah.
together. On the top team, probably Raiden with Kaching. So you have double Electro. Do you have any healers built or no?
So any what?
Healers?
GG.
GG.
I have all of them, GG.
You don't really need a healer on the second team because you have. So maybe
Oh
like
yeah, no, because I've got Bennett. I don't need a healing set.
yeah, maybe like
Every journey
what
has its final day.
Sucrose and
Don't rush.
Fischl there?
What on the second team?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, that looks about good. Don't
And
really
then
need a
push
DPS for it. You
Shinkyu and
don't have any DPSs other than Kaching, so.
I know.
Oh, I'm freezing! Yeah, maybe put Ningguang or Barbara there for the top
Dang.
team.
Yeah, no, I don't have many characters on it.
Notice.
Dong.
Yes, I'm listening.
It's like you're from Africa. You don't have shoes.
So,
Pillow has suffered enough for that clip, man.
he hasn't suffered enough.
He hasn't suffered enough.
I have to see it. I have to see it until I get my revenge.
And you should level up your characters because you said
Yeah,
you're
I know.
AR 45, right?
Huh?
You said you're AR 45?
Yeah, I'm really behind in leveling up characters.
Yeah, you should get that sorted out. I feel like whenever you're
I
low
want to get them
level,
all to basically 80. Like all the ones I used as level 80.
the main priority for me when I was like level 45 around there was getting my 2 spiral teams. I think spiral's like pretty important since it's just like a free income.
What do you think? I should probably
finally.
level up Sucrose then, because my Sucrose is only level 50. And
You could,
yeah.
or you could like wait to get other characters. It's up to you. But I don't know when we're gonna get another amino character, so. It is what it is. Where is this chest? It keeps telling me it's like around here. I don't see it. Huh? Okay. We'll just go to the other one. Because I have no idea where this one is. I almost died in Dragon's Prime because I was looking at your stream.
You suck.
I was freezing to death. I was standing in the
Suck.
cold.
You suck.
Maybe I do. You got a
We should
problem
look
with
for a
that.
place to take shelter. One man's stone is
He's
another man's
man's
gem.
gem.
Oh, that's not good. On this.
Did one of your characters die?
No, no, it's Pyro on the second level.
Well, what you can do is you can beat a floor or a chamber with 3 stars, and then you can go back and change your
One
team,
man's stone is another
and it'll
man's
keep the
gem.
3
Can I
stars
leave now?
for. Yeah, it'll keep the 3 stars for that chamber, and then you can come back and do the other chambers with a different team.
I love how this Freddy killer's but people only play but people still play Freddy. Wow, such fun. Dude. I might just quit. I might take the ban over to play this match.
You're becoming a Smash Nickelodeon player.
And all the more valuable for it.
There's 25 killers and this guy still plays Freddy, dude. How bored a person he must be to play Freddy.
Only 71%? Damn, I'm slacking.
This shit Freddy too. I'm gonna teabag this guy.
Time to do cooking part 3.
Oh, ha, ha, ha.
I thought that was Aki for a second.
I'm an Aki voice actor.
You're an Aki voice actor.
It's what's about the dream world. These are the moonwalk it.
Bum,
Oh, hey.
bum, 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 bum.
Keep kicking that gen.
Bum, 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 bum.
Surely not a waste of your time. Hold up, I might be able to keep him hostage, Rusty. That's so bad. This guy is so bad. No wonder you play Freddy. No wonder you play him. You're so bad. No situation awareness. No, actually, all the virginity. No rights. No girlfriend. No happiness in life.
Chill out, man.
No skill. No nothing.
It's
and guess
only
what? No win
game.
for you. Best part, no win. It's Freddy, okay? I just miss the man, dude. Okay, listen, man. You see, Freddy isn't good. It's just he makes the game last for like an hour, and I don't have an hour to play this game. So when we inevitably win after 20 minutes, it's gonna be funny. Also, fuck Freddy. He's had every nerf coming to him. Oh come on, why do you have ears now?
No, my sword.
Boom, hold my stretch res. I can now see over that loop, so you can't mind game me, you idiot. I went to play
Where's this
res
lady?
Get fucked.
Body and mind.
Freddy wants to play the long walk with Stoner and Necro. Alright, what's your play?
Time to act.
You do not know how to play this game, pretty.
I can't tell if I'm going the
Oh,
right
fuck,
way.
Oh, I fucked that up. My space key didn't wanna jump. Guess I was too far.
Oh, there it is.
Alright, okay, that's we're running infinite now. We're running infinite. Oh, try and be sneaky with me. Nice swing, retard.
Now, how does one get that? 4. Oh, I see. There's a random trying to join my game.
Oh,
Damn it, I have amino.
ready, dude. I play a base still gets it. Oh,
I have amino traveler right now. No.
What ping is this guy? This guy's probably a Russian. Oh, well, two of my teammates are 100 ping. So this guy might be VPNing.
There's still a long road.
Because this guy needs that ping advantage.
Whoops.
Anyway, this guy loses. Get fucked.
Have you guys done your Oculi for
No, I have not, Tang. I have not.
for Inazuma yet? Talking to the Genshin players.
Hello, I have Genshin on my desktop.
Yeah, but you don't play it.
You don't know that.
You're right. I don't.
You also have no dick, no rights, no happiness.
So Dick defines if you're happy or not.
No, I'm saying all in conjunction.
Oh. I see.
Blood Warden gamer.
So I should give them this one.
Get us.
Yeah,
Come on. Claudette, get us out before she does blood.
The Traveler with the anniversary wings looks kind of sick. Rock.
Quake.
Oops. Damn. Bro, what? Do that like how did that not?
Crumble.
There you go. Grumble. I will have water.
Starfall!
Hmm.
Oh, this guy timed me out of my DS.
Starfall!
Rise.
Wait, there's 4 of them. Where's the 4th one? I see. How does that not okay, come on.
This
There you
guy's
go.
saying I'm salty, bro. You fucking got you got wrecked while playing the best killer in the game. You got destroyed. No rights, no penis, no happiness. Whatever you say.
Crumble.
Virgin. This guy is virginity gaming, dude. Hang, are you virginity gaming?
Am I virginity gaming?
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean.
Or are you virginity gaming?
Sure.
Alright.
Same. Yeah, I am smart.
What are my orders?
Hmm. Ow. Whoa, come back to another Genshin Impact. You did that. Oh man, I think I got sick or something.
Guys, name is
I
Updog.
I was sick. Probably from the rain on Friday.
What is Updog?
Me and the boys cooking. Activate the machine.
Me when the big chungus.
Me when the big chungus among us.
No, there's big chungus.
Oh. Well, that's a bit lame.
Solidify.
I am the best cook alive. Let's go, baby. I have 23 fragile. Dang, I've been recording for an hour and 7 already?
You're recording?
Yeah. I'm recording Genshin.
Hey, everyone watching, go subscribe to Sonya the Necro. If Ting's a good friend, I'll be in his channel page.
Oh, are you really not on my channel page? I'll add you. Don't worry. You gotta send me the link to your channel now.
If Ting was a good friend, I'll be in his channel page. He was a good friend. I'm pretty
He's
proud of
calling
him.
me out. He's calling me
No,
out.
I'm not. It's your fucking anime channels. It's easier to change an anime does. I'll have
Oh
you.
yeah, I gotta upload on there. I have videos prepared for them, so
You're uploading the Cheezer Chan channel.
I don't know.
There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now and
Before
then.
the anime channel, maybe. Might have a few things planned, you know. Just a few. Yes, I got the bare minimum. And now we do the quest. Oh, my upload is done. Sick. One second. Let me see if you're on the friends tab.
I have you in mind. Next such classics such as Tesco Blade. In the account owner of Dream 1010.
Yeah, the history of Tesco Blade is going to be a whole documentary.
Hey, youngling, we're here.
And how I got Jade's
Traveler,
diabetes.
Paimon, did you hear the news? I made it through the selections for Masterful Chefs.
I gotta go dinner.
Really? Woohoo! That's great! It was a total breeze. I wasn't even trying. But a true champion never rests on their laurels. I'm still gonna need your help to prepare for the competition. I made a few new test dishes, and I was hoping everyone could try them and give some feedback. Traveler, you want to be the first? Oh, yeah, we did. And anyway, we get to eat your food all the time, so we're biased. You should find some other people this time, just to play it safe. Good idea. Okay, let me think. Let's get Beto to try it first. Beto! Yep, you can definitely trust her opinion. Let's go find her. Right now, she should be down at the docks. Let me box up this food real quick, then we can head on down.
Beto, Beto.
Error.
Boom.
Beto, ahoy! Hey, look, who's she with? Hi, Beto. Hi, Xinyan. Are we interrupting anything?
Xiangling, woman of the hour. We were just talking about you.
Oh, Beta was saying you and I should get ourselves on board sometime. Says the whole crew's been asking for us.
They got the whole squad pulled up in leeway.
Seems like you three go way back. Oh, we really do. Beto and Xinyan are two of my oldest customers, and I've helped out in the kitchen on board Beto's ship in the past. Recently, Xinyan's been planning to do a show on board, too.
That's the plan. Good music's meant for sharing. You guys should check it out sometime.
Will do. But I came here today because I made it into the Masterful Chef's finals, and I was just trying out some new dishes to bring to the competition. Can you have a little taste and give me some feedback?
Sure, beats drinking on an empty stomach.
Oh, about time. I'm starving over here. Let's see what you got. Oh, man! This chicken fuyong's tasting awesome!
Oh, this
Oh,
food
no.
is too good
I'm
for
dying.
me to be soaking up the alcohol with.
These three seem to have a great time with each other.
Only thing is you've got 3 dishes here. Chicken fuyong, come and get it, and crystal shrimp, and they all taste kind of refreshing.
Is refreshing really a flavor?
When you
Go
spend all your
Bubba.
time at sea, you don't have a lot
You
of
think
choice
that was
when it
rude,
comes to
Bubba?
food, especially on the longer voyages where you've got to stretch out your rations as far as you can.
I think that
First
went
thing
through.
you want to do when you get back on dry land is dig into a
Oh, my game
nice hot
crashed.
meal that's swimming in oil and has a ton of flavor.
Rip.
Oh.
The exact opposite.
Maybe I didn't think of that.
Tastes.
Oh,
Whoops.
sure is. Beto's tastes are pretty
Maybe I'm
similar
the
to
guy I
mine and
played.
Xiangling's.
Ugh, Ningguang. I'm
Alright.
sick of hearing that name. Our tastes couldn't be more
That
different.
Bubba got so.
You'll never find us eating the same bowl of food.
I might just clip that and make that into a that's my dog water.
We're evenly matched. Guess that makes us equals.
I forgot what
But
it is.
I'm sorry, limp cabbage leaves are never gonna do it for me.
Oh, I hear ya, I hear ya. Steamed cabbage and broth might be upper class and look fancy and all, but man, is it
Searching
boring.
lolly on portable
It's never
gets
gonna
you
give you that
warned.
flavor explosion you get with some of the other dishes out there.
So, Xinyan, are these dishes too mild for you too?
Well, not so much mild. I just think you maybe missed a beat somewhere.
Exactly. This is some fine cooking, no question about that. But if this is for a competition, it needs more oomph.
Beat?
I love that word.
Are we sure these terms apply to cooking? Beat and oomph.
Beat, yeah. You know what a beat is? I only know
I
music,
might have gotten
though.
dead by dog water.
I'm nowhere
for
near
eating.
your level when it comes to cooking, so don't mind me if it doesn't
fuck
make
with me,
much
Bubbas.
sense.
No, you're both completely right. Beat and oomph. That's what I need. I actually thought as much while I was cooking them. Even though this was a brand new combination, it still felt like I was missing that one thing that'll seal the deal. You know, really push it over the finish line.
Seems like she's found her muse.
Especially like I banned crashing.
Does that mean
No,
music
I
theory
think
is
I'm banned. Let's
compatible
go.
with cooking?
Get fucked, Bubba. Eat my ass.
Hey! Paimon didn't quite get the implication, but Paimon can tell when you're being a meanie.
Henry.
Okay, I think I know what I
Wait,
need
I got
to
some
do.
good news.
Great! So this went really
Dead
well.
by dog water free
Don't
maybe
hold
just
back,
happened
Just get
like
out
5
there
minutes ago.
and do your thing. You're a pro, Xiangling, and you've totally got this.
It
Hands
might
down,
have happened
best
again,
chef in
Henry.
Liyue Harbor.
Oh my-
Ain't that right, Beto?
Another
Why
two.
does
Well,
this keep
I think
happening?
so anyway. More than any other chef. And there
I
ain't a
keep
whole lot
Twitter
of people
clipping
I'd be willing to
people.
say
It's-
that
it's
about.
another Bubba player.
I'll do
This
my
time you're
best.
trying to face
Thanks,
camp. This
everyone.
time I escaped the face
All right,
camp.
we'll leave you to it. I'm gonna take Xinyan on board for a while.
So you want to see the clip in question? Here's
Xiangling,
the evidence officer.
they both had pretty strong taste. You sure that won't be a problem? Shouldn't we get a second opinion from someone with milder tastes?
That's a good point. Beto
Where's
likes
the-
her
where's the
greasy
evidence?
stir fries, and Xinyan can
Oh, I got
really
something
handle
else.
her spice.
Uh,
Yeah, we should get another opinion.
Where's the evidence?
Now,
oh wait, the
who
game
do we
crashed.
know
It
whose
doesn't have
tastes
the
are
Dead
on
by
the
Daylight
mild side?
clip.
Traveler?
The game crashed. It
suggestions?
doesn't count as Dead by Daylight. It counts as this desktop. Yeah.
Who?
Bubba man. Trying to outsmart me.
Oh, right! Makes sense! So,
All
back to
Jen's done,
Wang
let's go.
Chuyin?
And this, I'm too
Ooh.
greedy.
Who is it?
I'm too
Someone
greedy,
you
dude.
just missed last time we were there.
I saw it go up. And
Huh? Oh, Paimon remembers. He said that we just need to speak his name and poof, he'll show up. Will he definitely hear us saying his name though? Maybe we should find somewhere quieter.
This isn't much quieter.
Okay, let's take turns shouting his name.
I deafened because they're getting a bit rowdy.
Uh-huh. Do I need to do this too?
Paimon's going first. Ahem.
Nothing's happening.
Let me try again. Xiao! That's weird. Does he not want to hang out with us?
Oh, wait, so let me get this straight. Some guy with special powers promised you both that you just need to shout his name and he'll show up?
Well, not both actually, just one of us.
Oh, right. Well, you should be the one to try it then. Paimon clearly just doesn't want to feel left out.
Okay then.
You called?
Whoa! He actually came!
You spoke my name, did you not? When I make you a promise, I will honor it.
Blink of an eye and poof! He's there! That's how you know he's an Adeptus.
An Adeptus? Xiao, was it? Hi there. It was me who asked the traveler to call you here. My name's Xiangling. I'm a chef. I've made it into the finals of this year's Masterful Chefs, and I'm testing some dishes out in preparation. I'm trying to get feedback from customers with all different tastes.
Customers. And that includes me?
Uh-huh. The traveler says you prefer mild food, just the kind of person I'm looking for. If you don't mind, I'd like you to try the dishes I've made and tell me your thoughts.
Since it's you, I will do it.
Yay!
How is it? Are you sure you can eat it? Don't force yourself.
Tastes pretty good.
Huh? Really? I can't believe it. An Adeptus says he likes my cooking. If my dad was here, he'd be crying tears of joy.
You excel in the culinary arts. I'm reminded of another chef I know. That chef cooks dishes with soul, as do you. Both of you are masters of your craft.
Who do you think he means? Smiley Yensho?
If I had to find fault with something, the two sides are a little strong for my taste. Some minor adjustments would take this dish from excellence to perfection. Just my own opinion. Do not fixate on it. Take it or leave it as you see fit.
All right, go easy on the sides. Okay, I got it. Thank you, Adeptus friend. It was really great to meet you.
I'll be leaving now. See you next time.
I still can't believe he actually came. So, what would happen if we called his name again now? Do you think he'd come back right away? Oh, kinda, maybe, not really joking. Jeez.
Goba's so sad.
News. After 2 rounds of taste testing, I've had an idea on what to do next.
Great! Lucky we picked the right people to talk to.
I'd better head back and try this out a few times while it's fresh in my mind. Thanks for your help. Oh, and the final is in Yujing Terrace. You better come and watch.
Will do. Good luck.
You bet.
Now I'm sad because Goba's sad. Oh, I have to wait now. Alrighty.
Let's head to the competition venue. It should be starting soon. Ooh, Paimon's so excited!
Yeah, buddy. I haven't eaten anything. I haven't eaten anything this morning, so it's already the afternoon actually. I haven't eaten anything, so kind of a bad time to do a quest about food. But the grind never stops.
We're way behind schedule.
Yensei!
Welcome, everyone, to the Masterful Chef's Final. At the appointment of this organizing committee, I am your host and officiator, Yenfei.
Hey, Yanfei's here too!
This event is brought to you by the Liyue Qixing in collaboration with a number of participating enterprises. The competition is divided into the selections phase and the finals. We saw many contestants from all over Liyue in the selections process, and all of them were outstanding chefs in their own right. Of those, the 2 strongest participants were put through to today's finals. In just a few short moments, the finals will take place right here before your very eyes. As the officiator, it is my honor and privilege to represent the organizing committee and indeed the people of Liyue in overseeing today's proceedings. Next,
Bruh, her
please
mouth
allow
was
me to
closed.
introduce the judges. There will
She
be a
was
select
talking
panel
still.
and an audience panel. The 3 members of the select panel are the Tianquan, Lady Ningguang, the Yuheng, Lady Kaching. And last but not least, gourmet connoisseur, Uncle Tian. In addition to these three, 10 judges will be chosen from among the audience to sample our contestants' dishes and cast their vote. That makes a total of 13 judges with 13 votes between them. Each judge will vote for their preferred finalist, and the one who receives the most votes will be today's winner.
It's all so exciting!
And now, please join me in welcoming our 2 contestants into the arena. Come on out! To my left, a competition favorite down from Dihua. Life's harsh when you live on a marsh, but this kitchen ace will put a smile on your face. Please welcome Smiley Yanxiao.
Hi everyone.
Whoa! Yanxiao made it into the finals too! But what's up with him? He seems really nervous. Yanxiao! Chin up! Shoulders back! Everyone from the inn is super proud of you!
Huh? Oh.
And to my right, a stalwart of Liyue Harbor culinary scene, a little feisty with a whole lot of spicy. Give it up for Xiangling! And her mysterious assistant, who knows who?
Go,
It's
boy.
Guoba! Hey everybody! I'll do my best!
Contestants, please repeat
Kind of
after
unfair.
me. As
A
a finalist
2v1.
in Masterful Chefs,
Goba's
I solemnly
crying.
swear to commit myself fully,
No.
compete fairly, and abide by all competition procedures.
As a finalist in Masterful Chefs, I solemnly swear to commit myself fully, compete fairly, and abide by all competition procedures.
As a finalist in Masterful Chefs, I solemnly swear to commit myself fully, compete fairly, and abide by all competition procedures.
And I, for my part, promise to uphold the principles of fairness, impartiality, and transparency in my officiation of the proceedings. Now, I will hand things over to the select panel judge, Ningguang, for the announcement of today's theme.
Thank you all for being here today at the Masterful Chefs Finals. I am the Tianquan Ningguang. The organizers have chosen the theme for today's event, and that theme is of Earth and Waterborn.
Of Earth and Waterborn. Just like the Feast of Bounteous Land. It really captures the spirit of this year's Moon Chase Festival. It's like surf and turf, but the deep and meaningful version.
The rules are simple. The one who receives the most votes wins. Tailor your dishes to the judges' preferences, or win over the audience with your originality. The choice is yours. Well then, I look forward to both of your contributions.
Contestants will have 1 hour of cooking time available and may only use ingredients provided by the organizers in their dishes. I trust this is no problem. Okay, without further ado, let the cooking commence. Begin.
Time to pull out all the stops. Show everyone why you're the best.
Traveler, Paimon! Thanks for coming to support me. Don't you worry, I'm gonna make this the best tasting dish I've ever cooked. Light it up, light it up!
Wait,
First things
what?
First, get the stove on.
What?
Xiao thought the side should be milder, which makes sense to contrast with the main dish. And I guess that's what Xingyan meant. You got...
Make delicious crystal shrimp. Oh, where is that? I have so many recipes, it's not fair. Crystal shrimp, crystal shrimp. Oh. I'm actually... Yo, I already lost. Dude, I actually can't find it. Am I blind? What the heck? I have shrimp balls, but I don't know where to find crystal shrimp. The heck? I have no idea. Crystal shrimp. Crystal shrimp. I did not come prepared, let me tell you. Okay. Crystal shrimp. There it is. Oh my god. I'm Jesus. Yes.
Triple layered consomme is pretty bland to begin with, and I can't have two sides with the same texture.
Triple layer. Triple layer. There it is.
Julian chili chicken is the main event. Can't afford to compromise.
Korean chili chicken. Where is that? No. Hmm.
Huh? Oh, Yin he doesn't look so good. Ah, Guava!
Whoa, what's this? Hold up. Things are taking an unexpected turn on the Masterful Chef's stage.
Goba?
Xiangling's mysterious assistant appears to be aiding her opponent. Judges, are we going to allow this? We knew in advance that Xiangling would be accompanied by a mysterious assistant, and the judges agreed that the two could be classed as one individual for the purposes of the competition. But what do we say to this?
I take no issue with it. In any case, the assistant hasn't done much in the way of assisting.
No competition would be complete without a little drama. All a part of being young. I won't be the old fogey that ruins it for them.
Please allow me to explain to our host. Prior to the competition, the judges reviewed both contestants, and we can comfortably confirm that neither side is participating in a way that contravenes the competition rules. Xiangling is a highly accomplished chef, and her assistant is more like family to her. Xiangling prepares all of her own dishes herself. All that her assistant will do is occasionally provide a fire source. Given Xiangling's level of culinary skill, the difference between her using firewood or her assistant is a trivial one. I appreciate everyone's concerns. The presence of a mysterious assistant performing strange dance moves to cheerlead for Xiangling is a little unexpected. But the mysterious assistant has now started cheerleading for Smiley Yenshao too, demonstrating total impartiality. By encouraging both Xiangling and her opponent, they have proven to be a fair supporter.
That's right! Guava's not really outside help. Guava just likes to watch people cook. I'm sure the only reason they went over there is to try to help Yenshao feel less nervous. I give you all my word, Guava will not interfere with the competition. And I would also say that it's a loss to the competition if Yenshao isn't at the top of his form. I say that as someone who's eaten Yenshao's cooking at Wang Shuin before. He is an excellent chef, and I want this to be a competition between the best we both have to bring.
I see. Most amusing. Uncle Tian, what's your opinion?
I have no objections. It's an honor and a privilege to see two contestants so dedicated to having a fair and square contest.
The judges and the officiator accept this explanation. Let the competition continue.
Yenshao, are you alright?
I don't know what's wrong with me. I've never been so nervous in my life. Look, my hands won't stop shaking.
Take it easy. I've been there before. I can help. Try saying a tongue twister to yourself in your head. Or think of some happy memories about your dad.
Why my dad? That's a bit specific.
'Cause that's what I do.
I guess I'll think of my mom then. Anyway, you should carry on. I'll be fine. Don't hold up your own dishes on my account.
Nothing's being held up. I'm finished already.
Huh? Oh, right. Then I need to focus up and win this thing.
There you go. That's the attitude we want. You're a very capable chef, Yen Xiao. So come on, show everyone what you're made of, just like you showed us last time at Wangshu Inn.
Yes, you're right. I can do this. I can do this. Thank you, Xiangling. And thanks to your, well, thanks. Time for me to get cooking.
Time's up! Both contestants have now finished cooking. I would like to invite them to present their dishes to the judges for evaluation. We will proceed in the order that the contestants finished. Xiangling, please describe your dish.
My dish is Jiyun chili chicken with sides of triple-layered consomme and crystal shrimp. The theme is of earth and waterborne, which includes land and sea. In other words, land animals, fowl, and seafood are all potential ingredients. My main dish, Jiyun chili chicken, is a combination of fowl and chilies. Jiyun chilies capture the essence of the mountains where they grow, and fowl is a gift from the heavens. Triple-layered consomme also uses fowl, and its other ingredients are ham and bamboo shoots. These are also flavors from the mountains, but they complement and contrast with the chicken dish, fresh instead of spicy, cold instead of hot. The crystal shrimp is made from a combination of rice, shrimp meat, and carrot. A thin, translucent skin wraps diced carrot and a whole shrimp, fresh, crispy, and tender. Shrimps are a gift from the ocean. Tightly wrapping them in a skin made from rice makes this dish a blend of land and sea, fresh with a hint of sweetness. It's the perfect note to end this course on.
Ooh, a strong delivery there from Xiangling. Let's see what our next contestant Yan Xiao has to say.
My dish is Adeptus Temptation with a mint salad and golden shrimp balls. As Xiangling says, earth and water means land and sea. So birds, land animals, and seafood were also the ingredients I incorporated. Adeptus Temptation is a much-loved dish in Liyue, and as chef of Wangshu Inn, I've always been proud to offer this as the signature specialty dish of our menu. It's a complex dish with very particular ingredients: smoked ham, crab, fresh shrimp meat, and matsutake. I chose this as my main dish as a sign of respect toward my profession and to this competition. The mint salad is my first side. Cool and tender with a subtle sweetness. It's a perfect answer to the rich and strong flavors of the Adeptus Temptation. Golden shrimp balls is a time-honored
I'm so
classic loved
hungry.
by everyone. A hearty and wholesome broth, followed up with a shrimp ball. Oh, pure bliss.
Paimon can smell it from all the way over here. It's driving Paimon crazy.
Judges, please sample the dishes.
Very impressive. Both contestants' dishes are well considered, expertly made, and truly delicious. I'm gonna have another golden shrimp. I mean, I shall have to sample both contestants' dishes once more before I can reach a verdict.
Now, Xiangling has taken an interesting approach here. She's chosen a cold dish as her main. I have to say, that's a bold move. It's also a unique take on Jueyun chili chicken. Although the dish as a whole is served cold, the chili peppers have been stir-fried, and so they're still just a little warm on the inside. You get a nice crunch as you bite in. Then you get the spiciness and warmth all coming in together, and then just a hint of that wonderful pepperiness to top it all off. It's quite simply extraordinary.
This Adeptus Temptation is quite exceptional. The triple layer consomme is also a very superlative contribution. Excellent flavor, well balanced between sweet and savory. Yes, the standard is very high.
Judges of the select panel, I will now ask you to consider your votes carefully before writing them down and handing them to me. Also, The organizing committee has selected today's audience judges, and they are now evaluating the dishes. Everyone who's been lucky enough to sample today's dishes, please consider and cast your vote independently.
How are we not involved in this? Why didn't they pick us to be judges? Paimon has buckets of passion and oodles of expertise when it comes to food. If they don't want Paimon, it's their loss. Oh. Yippee! For all the chefs there are in the world, and for all the amazing dishes they can cook, the fact remains that you're the one who treats Paimon the best.
Thank you all for waiting.
Oh
All votes
shit,
have been
here we
received
go.
and counted, and the results have been returned to Ningguang. I now invite Ningguang to take the floor and announce the results of the Masterful Chef's finals.
It is my pleasure to announce that the winner of the Masterful Chef's finals is... by a mere 1 vote margin, Xiangling!
Wow! What? How is it so close?
Well, there it is. I knew it.
It was a close contest, but we have a winner. Liyue Harbor's Xiangling has beaten Dihua Marsh's Yanxiao by just 1 vote. There can only be one winner, but the fact that this was so close shows just how much both of these outstanding chefs managed to impress our judges. Thank you both for your stellar contributions here today. A big thank you to all the audience for being here today, especially those who have come from far and wide. As officiator, I declare the result of this competition to be fair and valid, thus bringing the Masterful Chef's finals to a close.
Thank you all for coming. Until next time.
Please exit the venue in an orderly fashion, and remember to take all of your personal belongings with you.
Come on, let's go over and take a look.
What was that about? Did you just see Ching just now?
Looks like I won this time, Yanxiao. But I'd still like to try your dishes, if that's okay.
Sure, I'll have a try of yours too. Truly exquisite. No doubt in my mind why you're the winner here.
This Adeptus Temptation is really good. It's so fresh, I'm almost moved to tears.
Well, just goes to show that you have a taste for the finer things in life.
No, you've got me all wrong. We're just a small neighborhood restaurant too, so I totally understand. Food is life, and customers are at the heart of all food culture. So humble food cooking is not to be looked down upon.
Is that right? Huh. I'd heard you'd gotten famous for your experimental approach to cooking and were all about fancy and exclusive foods. Never realized you'd done your time in a small kitchen too. Well, there you have it. All the greats come from the smaller places.
The same goes for you. You can't work in an inn kitchen unless you know how to consistently please customers. It's no wonder your food is so top-notch.
You're the kind of competition I'm glad to have. Let's stay in touch. Maybe we can find some time in the future to trade tips.
You got it. And next time we meet as competitors, let's both be even better than we are now.
All right? Deal.
That was a wholesome
Traveler,
ending.
Paimon! Thanks for coming. Did you get to try the food?
Don't even go there. Paimon's still peeved.
I can't believe it. You didn't get picked? Well, never mind. Don't get mad. I'll make some more for you when we get back.
You will? Woohoo! Great!
Oh, the organizer said that Yanxiao and I need to go register our delivery addresses. Apparently, they're gonna deliver an exclusive ingredients package and the prize money at a later date. So I need to get moving. I'll come find you guys after.
Xiangling seems really happy. Good for her. Looks like Kuching and Ningguang left already. As the organizers, they must have gone to wrap up some last-minute things. Let's go ask them for an update about the statue.
I'm gonna collect these silk flowers, so I'll be back after I get those.
Quake!
Now we're going is so useful. Get you. Ooh.
Kuching, there you are!
Oh, you found me.
Huh? Is everything okay?
Traveler, I have found myself in something of a predicament. In the competition,
Statue.
I voted for Smiley Yenshao.
So you're frustrated because you can't go back and vote for Xiangling instead?
No, that's not it. As a judge, I had a duty to remain objective. I made my decision after thinking about it very carefully, and my conscience is clear. Xiangling is my friend, so by rights, I should be honest with her about this. But, as you know, I voted based purely on my personal opinion. As a contestant, Xiangling may not be able to appreciate this. And I do not know how to deal with people of her temperament. I just don't know how to break it to her.
It's no big deal. Just say it however comes naturally. Xiangling of all people isn't bothered about that kind of stuff. And anyway, she still won in the end.
Oh hey, here you are. I've been looking for you for ages.
Xiangling, there's something I need to tell you.
What is it?
My grandfather always said to me, in contests of food, always follow your heart. Which is to say that in gastronomical disputes, or indeed competitions, one must cast their vote for the party that they agree with. This decision must be based on one's honest thoughts, not influenced by any external factors. Of course, that was just my grandfather's opinion, but I have to say, I am inclined to think he had a point. So, despite the fact that I am your friend, I cast my vote for Smiley Yenshao's Adeptus Temptation. Well, maybe it was. I like golden shrimp balls. Is that a problem?
You were acting so serious that I honestly thought something was up. It's fine. Doesn't bother me one bit.
Huh?
You voted for who you wanted to, and that's totally okay. In fact, that's exactly how it should be. Otherwise, how could it be a fair competition? So, you made a point of telling me. Is that because you were worried that it made you a bad friend?
Don't be absurd.
Didn't I say already? I love this about you. You're just so conscientious about everything. Half-baked feedback just isn't meaningful to me at this stage. Seeking reassurance is what novices do, and it's been a long time since I was a novice. The way forward from today will only get more challenging, as will the dishes I'll need to cook. Honestly, I'll need friends like you along the way. You have a strong sense of responsibility, Kuching, but you know, not everything is always about responsibility. Yes, you're a Qixing, but you're also you, Kuching. When you're with friends, you don't need to think about everything so thoroughly. You know that's what Ningguang's like, right? Beido's always telling me about how well she gets along with Ningguang. They even play chess aboard her ship sometimes. So you see, Ningguang's kind of bold in that she doesn't let her identity and reputation get in the way of her ability to have a good time. You can take a leaf out of her book. Outside of work, it's time to let go and relax.
Traveler, Xiangling, Anyway, what are we standing around here for? Let's go and check on the status of the Stove God statue.
Oh yeah! Paimon had nearly forgotten about that. Let's go see.
Still looks the same, kind of.
How strange. It hasn't changed one bit.
This doesn't make any sense. We cooked our hearts out.
Does this mean the competition wasn't enough to awaken the statue?
Oh well. I suppose it was simply not meant to be.
Yeah, we've waited this long already. There's no harm in waiting a little longer. Right, Xiangling?
Yep, there's still time. Let's be patient. We'll all see this through together. On another note, I have some good news for you, Kuching. Things are looking optimistic for that recipe you gave me. Master came by before the competition and filled in the parts that were missing. So now I'll be able to cook it. In fact, I'll go find somewhere to make it right now. Wait here.
Xiangling.
Oh, and Traveler, could you come with me?
Huh? You only just beat Smiley and Xiao. You think you're up for challenging us already?
Obviously not what I meant. You collect recipes, don't you? I thought you'd probably be needing this dish during your travels, so I figured I'd share it with you.
Oh, right! Paimon knew that. Sheesh, we totally misread that situation.
Huh? Jeez, careful eating your words so fast. You'll give yourself heartburn.
What are you staring at me for? Go on, go get on with your cooking.
Where am I going to cook this? I know. I know just the place. Down here. And to the left. Right there. That shit looks good, bro.
It's done! So this is what the dish from the recipe looks like. Let's go give it to Kuching.
Mine's ready too. Let's go together.
We do a little bit of culinary.
We're back! The Traveler and I made one each. Here, have a taste while it's still warm.
Thank you. Don't mind if I do.
What is it? What does that face mean?
This flavor. I've tasted it before. Apologies. Xiangling, Traveler, thank you both. This is everything I had hoped it would be. It tastes wonderful and quite amazingly. Somehow it took me right back to my childhood. when my grandfather was still around.
Really? That's awesome! I didn't have a chance to fully explain before. In fact, when Master had filled in the missing parts of the recipe for me, I realized that I already knew how to make this dish.
You already knew? You mean you were able to make this without ever seeing the recipe?
Uh-huh. My dad taught me how to make it.
Wait, but isn't this dish from Kuching's grandpa's notes, though?
About that. I do not believe that this recipe was my grandfather's creation. My grandfather was a well-known real estate tycoon in Liyue, and also a scholar. He was an avid collector of old books and was quite knowledgeable on many of Liyue's customs and traditions that are no longer practiced. As a child, I used to spend a lot of time with him in his study. We'd read the classics together, then debate how much of it was actually genuine, and whether Rex Lapis was real or not. He used to say, books are just a bridge that bring us a little closer to history. It's up to those of us in later generations to ask these questions, search for the answers, and decide what they mean. Since then, my grandfather has passed on, and I've grown up to become a Chising. My views on Rex Lapis have changed in this time too, from myth to reality. For me, the name Rex Lapis is inextricably wound up with memories of my grandfather. Whenever I see his name written down, it always reminds me of sitting in my grandfather's study, seeing all of his notes. As I said earlier, this recipe came from those same notes. It's an ancient dish that he was trying to restore to its original form. But, unfortunately, without the full recipe, he never quite succeeded. Still, each time he tried cooking it, he'd always get me to have a taste while it was still warm. The memories. This really is the taste of my childhood.
Ancient dish? Are cornbread buns really that old?
Well, at least in my family it is. My dad learned how to make it from his dad, and supposedly it's been passed down that way for generations. We call them chili mince cornbread buns. They're a traditional folk food snack, easy to pack up and take with you on the road, so they're the perfect thing to eat on the go. Seeing Guoba just reminded me of something. I actually made this dish on the day I first met Guoba.
How did you first meet?
It was in a cave in the mountains. I ducked inside to get out of the rain and saw an offering table in there, so I put the cornbread buns I'd brought with me on it. Then I ended up falling asleep, and when I woke up, I found out that Guoba had eaten every last one. Guoba followed me around ever since. We're practically family now.
Hold up! Stop the conversation! Look! The stone! It burst open!
It's...
Guoba? What are you... What?
Mother?
Ah, I see the chili mince cornbread buns have been served.
Master!
Granny, look! The stove god statue looks just like Guoba!
Oh, indeed it does. After all, Guoba is the deity you've been searching for. God of the stove.
Guoba is a god?
You asked me if a sufficiently festive atmosphere would be enough to reawaken the stove god. And my answer is this. Yes. And no. The stove god has always been a deity with great affection for the people, and who acts in response to their desires. To him, the heart's passions and the heart's desires are not the same thing. Passion can be a technique, a skill, something derived from experience. But desires, they are deeper, more innate. They are the heart's strength in its purest form. Masterful chefs is wonderfully exciting, but it is more an exercise of passion than of desire. And passion alone will not suffice to reawaken the stove god from his deep slumber. But just now, when Kuching ate this dish he had longed for, a deeply held desire was fulfilled. As well as receiving an answer to her question, she also gained something much more precious. A moment of poignant nostalgia so vivid, it felt like she was right there alongside her grandfather. The enormous power unleashed by the fulfillment of this desire resonated with the Stove God's statue and caused it to manifest once more the form it took in the past. Of course, the Stove God himself is not contained within the statue. The true Stove God has been here with us all along. How does it feel, seeing a statue of yourself from your glory days? Look at him. Still so majestic.
Glory days? Wait, what happened? Did Groba used to be different from now?
Oh, yes. Back in his day, your Guoba was once the patron god of the soil. But all the wisdom and power he had then, he has since surrendered to the soil itself.
A god surrendering their power to the soil. I have heard this turn of phrase before, but what does it mean?
The kinds of trials and tribulations that a land can face are far more than you could imagine. Droughts, floods, torrential rain, hurricanes, earthquakes, tsunamis, fires, and plagues. The threat of disaster will never fully disappear from Liyue. Even woes that have never been faced before in history will come to pass in the future. Such things affect you mortals far more than we Adepti, with our immortal forms. He once walked with you over the barren plains until you arrived at last at the harbor. He joined you in building your dwellings and lighting the stoves. It was his hand that lit the very first street lamp of Liyue and brought the aroma of cooked food into every household in the land. You mortals no longer remember him, but back in the age when you did, he was the closest of all the Adepti to the common folk. Marchosius, god of the stove, born from a spark when stone struck stone. He was a god with a great love for humanity
This
and
is so
their
sick.
well-being. Millennia ago, the people sought to expand their city. They built a dwelling on the plains and called it the Gweli Assembly. The Stove God cared greatly for the people, turning himself into minions who went into every home, fostering food and solidarity alike. Alas, their home was taken by a flood. The waters ravaged the Gweli Assembly and forced the people back south to Liyue Harbor. Though the distance was not far, the journey was plagued by a terrible storm. For a dozen days, the Adepti stayed by their side. During this time, the Stove God cooked an ancient delicacy, flatbread with a meat sauce to stave off the cold and damp, fit for those on the move. Centuries later, disaster and plague arose once more. The Stove God would appear no longer, for he placed all of his power into the land itself to quell the calamities. His power expended, and his wits greatly reduced. Thus his body decreased in size. By the time he parted ways with us, he wasn't even the height of a human. He told Rex Lapis and I of the dishes that bring joy and of the secrets of the flame, then went into the mountains and entered into a long slumber. The Stove God departed, and Guoba was born. When he awoke, he ate the chili mince cornbread buns placed on the offering table by a young lady in yellow. Though he did not remember the past, he was profoundly moved and decided to follow this young lady thereafter. The Stove God had quietly disappeared, but the vendors rose early to hawk their wares. People went out to buy goods, lit their stoves, and cooked food, just as they had done every day for as long as they could remember. In Liyue, things have always been this way. Nature provides, the mountains rejoice. We are blessed by heaven's good grace.
Years have gone by. The world has transformed, but our way of life survives.
Skull Hotel is in here too.
Fame and fortune is only a season. It is the moment that we should embrace.
Past meets present. Heritage becomes legacy. Long into the future may we thrive.
You once told me that dining is the profoundest of customs in the human world. To eat well is to consume vitality itself, and to drink well is to partake of the very essence of the world. It is a matter of paramount importance, you said, for people cannot face the arduous journey ahead on an empty stomach. At once a humble affair and a profound one. A humble meal of maize and spring water is also profound in that. By ensuring one's survival, it paves the way for millennia of human history and culture to come. My dear friend, Liyue has changed so much while you have slept. Looking at the prosperity and beauty around us today, does it make you happy?
Guoba, this is kind of a huge deal. Why didn't you say anything?
He is not who he once was. Even the power of speech evades him now. There is no way he could have told you.
Oh.
Guoba, but...
Xiangling.
Do not be saddened, Xiangling. There are two sides to everything. Guoba may have lost many of his formal faculties, but he is now as carefree as can be, without a single worry in the whole world. In this world we inhabit, who can truly be said to live a life free of all woes? Those with a mind and with the knowledge will certainly be troubled by all manner of things. But he has gone further than us in his journey. He had both wisdom and courage. Everything he took upon himself, he was also ready to part with. His carefree demeanor today is a testament to the fact that he is at rest. So since you are his friend, take good care of him. Go out to walk and play. Allow him to eat, drink, and be merry.
I will! You can count on me!
Xiangling, you have an adeptal affinity. Guoba follows you around because he has respect for you. The moment he awoke, he was met with the familiar flavor in the chili mince cornbread buns he ate. After all that time, he still recognized the dish he had invented, and he approved of you as the one who had cooked it.
That's right. The taste of one's home cuisine always brings back memories of home. Though he remembered nothing, eating the food you had cooked gave him a feeling of familiarity. That is why he stuck by you.
You may be the first person in history to give the stove god the experience of being a satisfied customer. That makes you quite a remarkable chef.
If that's true, I couldn't be happier. Because putting a smile on customers' faces is what we chefs are called to do.
Well then, it's getting late and I still have things to do. Time for me to say goodbye. Traveler, Paimon, Xiangling, thank you all very much. I look forward to spending more time together in the future.
I guess my dad's probably heard the good news already, but I should still go catch up with him. Master, it's been a while since you came by. Why don't you join me? He thinks about you all the time, you know. He's always telling me to invite you over.
Oh, goodness me. Then, far be it from me to refuse. Off we go then. Let's saunter over gently and see how all the city folk are getting along.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Hi, Dad. I'm back. Hey, what are you doing there? I should be the one handling that.
Oh no! Guoba's taken off!
Oh, it's you. Hello there, old friend.
Oh, bless my soul. Are you out for a stroll as well?
Given the season, it felt fitting to take a leisurely walk while the meal is being prepared.
Quite right. And it also gave us the chance to run into you. Guoba may not recognize you, but as ever, he seems quite delighted to see you.
So, Guoba doesn't remember anything, but can still feel when something's familiar?
Friendship will always withstand the ravages of time. Traveler, what do you think of the name of this festival? Moon Chase. The moon is a carrier of countless emotions. So many things only seem to surface as we gaze up beneath its poignant glow. Wherever the moonlight shines, the heart is wont to follow. Fond memories of those no longer with us. Debts of gratitude to old friends. The meaning of ages past and gone. All wrapped up in the city that has existed for so many moons to date. All these things and more, they are why people chase the moon.
In old age, the sight of many things puts one in a wistful mood. But children are always a beautiful sight to see. Such exuberant life force. It seems to well up from deep within the land itself. A land that has been in existence for so many millennia, and yet one that still dazzles today. Traveler, this Moon Chase Festival has been all the more entertaining with you here to witness it. Now, let's have Xiangling brew us a nice pot of tea. We shall drink and chat at our leisure.
That was so sick. I think I'm done here, aside from these. But I'll probably just do that off camera, so. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. This was one hell of an episode, let me tell you. Oh wait, there's right here.
The food at Wan Min restaurant is excellent. I eat here often.
Ah, you can say that again. Xiangling is a remarkable child. Surely the culinary talent of the century.
Indeed. To have mastered the craft at her age lends credence to the old aphorism that heroes are made young.
You're funny. We're not gonna question the two Zonglies here. But as I was saying, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. So it's been one hell of an episode. But yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Maha.